Hello world, welcome back to another Spicy Homebrew video. We've made it to Mythic, so now we get to play whatever jank we want. And today I want to play Jeskai Enchantments, something no one's ever said before. So we've got 3 copies of Hurkyl as the only non-enchantment card in the deck. And then accompanying Hurkyl, we have 4 Spirited Companion. And then other than those 7 cards, everything else in the deck is non-creature enchantments. So Hurkyl, whenever you cast non-creature spells, it's going to gas you up with other enchantments. And top end is Hallowed Haunting. Once we get there, we just start exploding the board, drawing cards. All of them are going to be enchantments, and then all of a sudden we attack in and just win. So really fun. We lose to Farewell terribly, but I guess everyone does, right? Let's just jump right into the ladder and see what this deck can do. Okay, opponent goes first, but we have some good action, interaction, and proactive action. So we'll keep this. Soldiers, first game. Okay. Start with a soul land. Don't want to pain ourselves too much on the mana cost, especially against an aggro deck. They have a soul land as well, and then play a 1-drop. So we'll just play the Modern Age here. Maybe filter away one of these Touch the Spirit Realms, since 3 might be too many. Opponent not the fastest start they could have had, but still got a pretty good board out there. Okay, Denick, no land. That's good. We might be alright here. What do we draw? Land. And then a Hurkyl. Okay, I think we could get rid of one of these pain lands. Now, resolving a Hurkyl would be huge, but okay, let's think here. Hurkyl good because it's a great blocker. She's a 2/4, matches up well. If opponent draws a land and then plays Brutal Cathar, then I think it's actually still decent because we can touch the Spirit Realm next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. Gotta pay a life. Go down to 13. But even if the worst case scenario happens and he Brutal Cathars, at least the Modern Age is flipping over next turn. So we will have another blocker in that. The race here is not to start drawing cards and have better card advantage than opponent. Definitely going to block as much damage as we can while trading favorably. I'm going to block 1 damage less than I could, but we're going to weaken opponent's board state. That matters a lot. I was just saying the goal here is not to start getting card advantages to stabilize the board as quickly as possible. But that's the thing with Hurkyl, is that she does both. Like, she's going to gas us up at one point, as well as, for now, block up the board. Already saved us from 2 damage and killed a thing. Shout out to Hurkyl. Let's play a Fable. Next turn we could hard cast to touch the Spirit Realm. Ooh, gotta pay a life again. Pain lands. That's okay. That's what we get for playing 3 colors. Go no attacks here. And what are we going to take off Hurkyl? Witness Protection, quite good, but we might be at the point now that Hallowed Haunting isn't out of the question. Let's do that. We don't need to cast it right away, but it's good to have at least one. That's really our top end, one of our best win conditions. Sky Strike Officer. Definitely getting rid of that. Discard 2 cards. Okay, yes, let's get rid of this pain land. No more pain. We're on 8. I think I want to keep everything else, honestly. We draw a second Hallowed Haunting. Let's just play. Hard cast Touch the Spirit Realm. That's going to give us another Hurkyl trigger at the end step. Opponent in response, going to go ahead and tap 3 creatures. Let's get rid of that. And we'll attack with the Vector Guide, Glider. We have the instant speed, Touch the Spirit Realm up. Grab Prayer Binding, gaining 2 life is pretty big. It's expensive, but we're pretty stable, so I'm not too worried about the casting cost. Alright, now opponent did not have the most explosive start, but I mean, it's still soldiers. Gotta be careful. Coffee. Okay. We got a mitt full of cards here. 6 mana available to us. Let's go ahead and just double spell. We'll play the Fable. Oh, gotta pay another life here. A lot of life paid. And let's hard cast this Touch the Spirit Realm. Get rid of the Sky Strike Officer once again. In response, opponent's gonna have to do the same. No, he doesn't. Doesn't want to draw. Cool. Let's just get for 2 in the air. Board state is stable. And, alright. Well, we looked at 5. That's pretty good. We got to put 4 lands on the bottom there. Get those off the top of our deck. And put a Spirited Companion into our hand. Opponent gets the Cathar. Oh, he takes that out. I'm surprised. Hurkyl is the real menace here, and there's not like anything crazy for Fable to copy on board. Let's discard the Modern Age. Try to hit a land drop. That's okay. We're gonna go Hallowed Haunting first, and then with the last 2 mana we have, and we have a lot of pain lands. Gonna have to pay another life and play the Companion, which is gonna trigger the Hallowed Haunting. And nice, a non-pain land. Let's just chip away at opponent for another 2. Put yet another card in our hand. And Wedding Announcement. It's going to be the one. Next turn, we have the mana to go ahead and Wedding Announcement. And then leave up 4 mana for Prayer of Binding. If we draw land, we're going to go Hallowed Haunting instead. Then have mana up for Prayer of Binding. That's going to be our 7th enchantment we control. Okay, there's opponent's win condition right there. There's the land. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got him. Mash this Hallowed Haunting into play. Everything's flying with Vigilance. Let's just prayer binding right now. Really put opponent into his place. Trigger. Enters, trigger. Yes, sir. Attack with everything. Hold it all the way down to 3. Really just smashed in good there. Put another Fable into her hand. Look at this deck go, man. A little spicy homebrew jank. Opponent gives her. Says he's coming in hot. Look out. Everything is flying on our side. Look at that. Such good blocks everywhere. Are they all blocked? Yes, sir. Opponent gains 6 life. We get a Fable the Mirror Breaker back. They're gonna scoop it up right here. Come on, let me see it, opponent. Don't rope me. Hey, got him. Good game. Let's go next. Let's see where we're at first. 97% Mythic. Okay, I think that's my first victory on the Mythic ladder since I hit it. Took a little break after that long grind. So yeah, let's keep playing around. I'm so happy we got to see what the deck can do on the very first game. That was nice. Very rewarding. What do we think of this hand? Ooh, no blue mana with a Hurkyl. This card is double blue. We do have a Haunting, an Announcement, and a Prayer. Kind of a risky keep here. Not much to do early. Potentially nothing to do to turn 3. Potentially don't draw a land. Could do nothing at all. So let's mull. Too much risk. This is much better. I'm going to keep it. And let's put back the Prayer Binding. Keep our early interaction. Not sure what opponent's going to be on here. Always hard to make decisions when you don't know enough information. Guess that's kind of just a axiom of life, isn't it? Decisions are hard when faced with not enough information. Magic player solves universal problem. What a stupid ramble. Pay no attention to any. I hope you guys had this video on mute. Oh, look, opponent's numbered. Rank number 1800. Just hanging on to those numbers. 2 tapped lands, and then, so it's Esper Ember Control or something? I don't know. It's not Domain, because none of these have land types. Surely opponent has counter magic here. Attack for 1. Let's... What would we rather have be countered here? The Welcome or the Announcement? I think the Welcome. Let's play that. Opponent Spell Pierces it. And has nothing else to do with his 2 mana. Okay. So yeah, it certainly feels a lot like Esper Control. But there's a Scheming Seer, so... Double Spell, Modern Age, and Companion? Or Touch the Spirit Realm, pay the ward 1? Let's try that. Opponent could have another Spell Pierce here. Looks like he doesn't. I think that card's pretty good, Rafine. Probably worth paying 4 mana, taking a whole turn off to get rid of it. Could be the centerpiece to opponent's deck. Let's go ahead and play Wedding Announcement with 2 mana up to pay Make Disappear. Let's attack for 1. Opponent. Gonna flash in the Emperor here at the end of turn, probably. Let's go ahead and play the Modern Age instead of the Companion. Gonna want to discard this Weakstone Subjugation, probably. Let's see what we draw. Yeah, Weakstone Subjugation is gonna be it. Opponent doesn't flash in the Emperor. Okay. Maybe they're just waiting for us to cast something more worthy of their counterspell. Something like the Hallowed Haunting. Kind of need this land here to double spell this turn. Sad, but it is what it is. Let's try to resolve this. It does. No stick at all. Okay. Cool, cool. We're going to give opponent 1 favorable block here. Not a problem. We want to draw cards with the Wedding Announcement at this point, now that we're out of gas. Don't let it be a land. It's a land. No worries. It'll happen. There's too much glare on my screen right now. Shut up. Into the darkness. Like the vampire I am. Okay, opponent. That's to get in for 2. Okay, that happens. It's another Wedding Announcement. Well, I guess we're going to draw 2 cards here. I'm not going to attack with the Spirit, since each Spirit I control is going to grow the other spirits. That matters. This is a Spirit. Nice. These guys get bigger because of the Vector Glider. And there's some extra synergy that I didn't even know about. Love it. Let's see a Prayer of Binding because it's got Flash. No, but another Hallowed Haunting. Okay. Next turn, we have the mana to Hallowed Haunting and Fable. Maybe I want to be careful here and not play into Farewell. I think it's fine. Let's just play. Let's just get in there. I'll take 5. Okay. Hallowed Haunting. Into Fable. Trigger, trigger. Everything's massive. Everything's flying. Yes! Rank 1800. Get out of here. I didn't expect to pop off with this deck. It hasn't dropped a game yet. I've just recorded these 2 games in ranked, and it's performing really well. So, yay! Honestly, I was really expecting it to be like jumping into ranked with a janky deck. Yeah, we're gonna lose some games. Who cares? We made Mythic. Not a big deal. And actually, we're just stomping with this janky deck. So pretty nice. We'll keep this hand. 3 lands and a bunch of cards. And we're up against opponent Zed, a League of Legends player, rank 773. Alright. Start with a slow land instead of a pain land. And then Maybe Weakstone the frontliner for 1 mana. No, opponent casts nothing. Oh, I think I'd rather go ahead and Spirited Companion. Get something on the board. I could trade with that frontliner. Opponent gonna flash in some tokens. No. Alright, so opponent kept a pretty slow hand for mono white soldiers. But it's not the typical list. Okay, it's more of a higher end mid-rangey thing, perhaps. Let's get rid of the frontliner. Yes, I think so. Alright, so what we want to do here is we want to keep all of our really cheap enchantments for once the Hallowed Haunting's in play, and then immediately pop off by casting a bunch of cheap enchantments and having the Hallowed Haunting do its thing. So we'll play the Mirror Breaker here. Kind of the same thing as last game. All of our red mana was pain lands. Which, I mean, it was fine. We'd rather have red mana and hurt ourselves than not have red mana. Okay. So he gives it flying, so he cares about getting in for the damage. So we're going to block the 1/1 that he makes here. Weaken the board. We go down to 10. Alright. Let's get rid of the Modern Age and one of these Hauntings. Maybe the Modern Age and this Fable. Fable, great card, but we need something that interacts right now. We've got another Pain Land. Ay, ay, ay. I can't afford to play Hallowed Haunting now. I could be dead on board. Opponent could play a couple creatures, give the Adeline flying. And then, yeah, that could be lethal. So let's just play a land and pass with Prayer of Binding up. Before opponent attacks here, I'm going to put a stop right there. And, okay, so opponent's going to do that. Gas up his board. So, what does he target? He targets the Adeline. So should I Prayer of Binding the Adeline now? He gave it flying. Okay. Yes, I think I do have to, right? I could do it to the adversary. And I'll take 3 less damage, but if I do it to the Adeline, I take the least damage. So let's just do it to the Adeline now. Gain 2 life. Alright. One thing that sucks about Weakstone Subjugation here is that Seal Seraph is still going to get to give things flying every turn. But we might be okay. Let's go ahead and Hallowed Haunting. Then Weakstone Subjugation on the tapped Seraph. Create a 1/1. And we'll keep the 2/2 back to block their 2/2 if it attacks. We don't want to be chumping or losing the reflections. Opponent plays another Steel Seraph. Okay, so he can give both his things flying and get in for 6 here. We're going to have to really pop off next turn if we're going to be able to hang in there. What do we draw? Something good, please. Aye, aye, aye. Weakstone Subjugation. Or I don't think we can make enough enchantments to give them all flying and vigilance. No, we're 1 short. If we controlled an enchantment creature, then we could target it with the reflections on the opponent's turn to have 7. Then everything we have would get flying and vig. But we're just 1 short. Yeah, nothing to do, right? It's always nice too that you could copy these spirit clerics with the reflection to grow all the other clerics. Good game, man. We almost did it. We almost stabilized. Opponent had the right cards. If we had, instead of Weakstone Subjugation, if we had drawn the Witness Protection, could have clawed our way back into that game. You saw how close we were to having these Hallowed Hauntings get turned on to being, you know, absolute bombs. But overall, good game. All right. Too bad about that last game. Could have been a W if we had just gotten a little bit luckier. But no worries, it was a good game. We like this hand because it's got really good cards, right? Hurkyl, Fable, Wedding Announcement. Probably the best cards in each of their colors respectively. Maybe, you know, Hallowed Haunting is better than Wedding. But 3 lands, all our colors. I mean, it's too good to mull. Like, I'll keep it, but it's potentially dangerous because everything we do is on turn 3. So there's no way to properly curve out. Start with a slow land instead of a pain land. Nothing to do anyways, so... I mean, this will come in untapped next turn. Let's maybe bait opponent into thinking we're just is it, and that we're holding up Make Disappear or something. Alright, so opponent on Dimir control, perhaps. Been a few videos posted lately on YouTube about a Dimir deck. Haven't actually played against it yet, but it could be a problem for us if it's pretty heavily control oriented. I think we'll start with the Wedding Announcement. Hurkyl is going to be the MVP in this game if we're up against control, so really want that to resolve. So opponent negates the first spell we cast. Then passes the turn again. Let's go ahead and try to resolve this Tocasia's Welcome. Make Disappear this time, or negate again? Negate again, okay. Opponent, really fun interactive deck. Respectable. And then slams a Shieldred. Alright. Alright. I'll just get rid of that now. There's no way to double spell properly there. Like, if I drawn a land, I would definitely go Hurkyl Modern Age. That way I get my Hurkyl trigger right away. Still can't draw land. Let's just resolve a Mirror Breaker while opponent's tapped out. That'll definitely get us into a land next turn. Okay. Opponent numbered 1167, and then go for Throat. So there, yeah, we're happy we didn't play Hurkyl out for nothing. Auto Tapper tapped opponent's blue land, so we know he doesn't have a counter spell up. Spin these two, try to work towards a Hallowed Haunting. Do not hit. And I discarded the Modern Age, so I don't even get my Hurkyl trigger end of turn. It probably has some sort of removal. Let's pass with Touch the Spirit Realm up. Aha! Protection. Hurkyl, our win condition right now. Gonna keep us drawing cards and ahead of opponent. But that's really bad. Can I give him Shieldred back? I don't have another way to remove it, and then we're probably just gonna die shortly after if I do. So the answer is no, I cannot give him Shieldred back. That damn Sorin just pumping cards into his hand. Let's start with a Spirited Companion. We draw the third Hurkyl. Awfully unlucky. Opponent plays another Invoke Despair. I have to sack Hurkyl first, then Companion to not give him shielded back. Just hard cast the Teferi with a protected board state. Yeah, okay. Whew, this will not be an easy win. We need something good off the top of our deck here. That's pretty good. Honestly, pretty good. Lets us double spell effectively. And it's going to put a card in our hand at the end of turn through Hurkyl's trigger. Which we're going to take. Touch the Spirit Realm, perhaps? Maybe another Wedding Announcement? No, opponent's got two tokens in play. Touch of the Spirit Realm will be good removal. And we're going to have to start removing things to get the Planeswalkers. As long as Hurkyl lives, we're going to keep pulling ahead of opponent in card advantage. I say that, but I mean, opponent with two card drawing Planeswalkers in play. Not making it look like he has a lack of advantage right now. Okay, good plays, opponent. Should have -2 just to Teferi again before he did that. Would have really gassed himself up. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Knowledge is meant to be shared.
Oof. All right, well. Maybe we'll draw another Touch the Spirit Realm. A little bit optimistic. Opponent has really good board protection for himself right now. Let's chop this 9/9. Give me something good. Verve Binding. Okay. Gets rid of the Teferi there. We have 6 mana. Yeah, okay, I just have to put Binding on the Teferi before he untaps with it.
Mind is willing, but the body, it hurts.
Let's end turn with Touch the Spirit Realm's instant discard channel ability up. There's a Hallowed Haunting. Okay. There's a chance. There's a chance. Opponents played 2 negates already, and he knows about the Hallowed Haunting. So he could be smart here and play around that. Has another Teferi. Okay.
The duel doesn't mean we have to be overly serious. Lighten up.
Doesn't have the mana to do that right now. Opponent's board getting pretty out of control.
I bring my own army.
So attacks with all.
Pass better than me.
That's what I would do. Give opponent benefit of the doubt here. Ooh, gives a creature +2/+2. That's going to be for the flyer. Alright, let's get rid of the 10/10. Let's chump with this thing. We gotta protect all of our enchantments, so we don't want to block with those, because we need Hallowed Haunting to give everything flying so we don't die. There's another Hallowed Haunting off the top. So Hallowed Haunting, then Spirited Companion, trigger the Haunting. That's our 7th enchantment. Everything flies. Everything flies with Vigilance. Honestly, let's go like this, right? That way opponent will block the Hurkyl and Sorin's dead for sure. Or I could attack everything at the Teferi, and that'll keep the other guys from growing. I mean, I guess Teferi's better to kill than the Sorin. He's also at more loyalty. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Now we're gonna lose flying because I attacked with that, and so
Running out of time.
We lose. Ah, man. No. Damn. I'm bad. Yeah. We're probably dead anyways, I guess. I don't know. I shouldn't make bad mistakes like that. Okay, that's good to know. Opponent had to cut down in his hand anyway, so regardless, even if I didn't attack with the Spirited Companion and lose it foolishly, opponent could just cut down our creature, and then we lose flying because we don't control 7 enchantments, and then he gets in over us. It was a good game. Opponent did his thing well. Good game, brother.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
That's 2 we lose in a row. But, I mean, opponent had green Planeswalker value that game to really just pull ahead from us. Maybe I could have played better and actually won that game. I'm not too sure. But, I mean, our deck still competed up really well. So, I think I'll leave this game in the video. I think it's quite fine. Sometimes you're going to lose games of Magic to really good players and good decks. Not a big deal. GG. So, currently, deck is 2 wins, 2 losses. Gotta pull ahead here. Don't want to finish this with a negative win rate. Only 2 lands on the play. Pretty bad odds. I'm not gonna risk it. We have all colors now. 3 lands, much better. Let's keep this, and I think I'll put back the wedding announcement. Without multiples, I think Fable is just a better 3-drop overall. Start with a slow land. Haven't ran into any aggro here. Would love to see some aggro decks. We're playing these Weakstone Subjugations for them. Keep drawing these cards that are almost dead in the matchup. Okay. A self-mill deck. So is this the oh, the Tatiana. I've not seen this card meld before in ranked games, so honestly, if opponent does the thing and I lose to it, that would be kind of cool. Opponent being pretty slow and us being on the play might let us resolve the Hallowed Haunting and just take over this game before opponent can do anything. Yeah, but Liliana, that's a good start for opponent. I think we just resolve Hallowed Haunting here and let opponent start discarding our hand. Don't need double red. We have all the blue we need, so I think we'll discard these 2 lands. Go ahead and play this and Hallowed Haunting. Only enchantment removal opponent's likely to be running is Invoke Despair. He has the Tatiana in the graveyard. He has this land in play. Alright, so how does this meld? At the beginning of upkeep, if there are 4 more lands in your graveyard, they meld. He's got 1 card in his graveyard. We're going to discard the Weakstone Subjugation, since Witness Protection is going to be the card to make Tatiana not melt. I think I'll keep this Coast in hand. No, doesn't really make sense, does it? If I keep the Coast in hand to have it to discard to Liliana, then I have to discard it to Liliana, but if I play it, I have nothing in hand, so yeah, we're just going to play it. We got to double spell that turn after having Hallowed Haunting on board, so board state in our favor. Opponent's a legitimate business person. Pretty disappointing. He gets rid of our Fable. Not a big deal. Don't really have anything to target. That's huge. Ah, no one left behind. How many lands does he have now? So he's gonna plus it to discard a land anyways. That's pretty cool. So he's got 3. There's another Hallowed Haunting. Definitely not gonna discard that. Let's cast it. And we'll pass. Okay. No gas. Our opponent cards in hand? None? Plays a Shieldred? Does he plus again to discard his 4th land? No. We're gonna sack this since these all buff each other. Ah, yeah. Not a land. Play the land, pass the turn. We have lots of good draws. Any draw in the entire deck is amazing, other than Hurkyl. Right now, we don't want a Hurkyl. Otherwise, we're extremely happy. Okay, removes it. Opponent, too afraid to attack. That's good for us. I'm going to take damage here by casting this, but no problem. These grows to 5/5s. Nice, a Prayer of Binding. Wonderful. Do I need to reveal that right now? I don't think so. Attack there and attack with both of these to his face. See what he does. If he does some blocks that we don't like, we might Prayer of Binding in response to grow our team. This will make them all into 7/7s. It's quite nasty. So, return when it enters the battlefield. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So we actually have to do this to opponent before the end of our turn here, because on his upkeep, he's gonna get all these lands back into play, and I don't know what opponent has in hand or what they might do. Yeah, not gonna risk it. Not gonna risk it. Opponent, sorry. I know you wanted to do the meld thing. Well, he could try again next turn. He scoops! What? He could have melded next. I could have drawn a land. What a baby. What an absolute baby. Scoops him up. What, we had 4 7/7s? Oh, we had 7 7/7s? I mean, I attack with all. He blocks 3 of them. Keeps the Tatiana because it wants to block next turn. So that's only 4 7/7s. That's 28 damage. He's on 33. He could have lived. He honestly could have lived. Oh well, we'll take the win. Ah, man, opponent, I'm disappointed in you. He could have melded his thing, dude. That was going to be the first time I've seen Tatiana meld. I've seen the other one meld a few times, the Dragon Engine that melts with Mishra. But whatever. Let's try to get one more win here. I'm having fun with this deck. Always difficult to stop playing when you're having a good time. I like this hand. We're going to keep. Start with a Sundown Pass, and then next turn, Plains Companion. What are we up against? Opponent's got the Super Friend Sleeves. Could be Planeswalkers. Could be Domain. Could be Naya. Who knows? Not enough information at this point. Galagreeters. Good card. Oh, excellent draw as well. We certainly know opponent's not going to trade here, so let's cash in our 1 free damage. Play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Pass the turn. I think next turn we're just going to go Hallowed Haunting. Start building the board. Okay, opponent wants to outcard advantage us. Good luck with that, buddy. I think we could get rid of Business Witness Protection. I mean, it's good removal, but maybe we'll actually get rid of Prayer of Binding since it's so expensive. But it hits non-land permanents. Now let's get rid of that. Okay, that. We want to keep our cheap enchantments because the more we cast with Hallowed Haunting, the better it is for us. Let's go ahead and turn this into a 1/1 with no abilities right now. Could potentially ramp opponent, gain him life, do a bunch of stuff. So we'll get our 1/1. He'll attack with it. That's a mistake in my opinion, but let's show opponent why he shouldn't have done that here. Let's get aggressive. Ooh. Tocasia's Welcome. It's actually quite good. I was gonna go companion to make the spirit grow into a 3/3. But I guess I could go Tocasia's Welcome, grow it into a 2/2, then cast a Spirited Companion after combat with the treasure that the Goblin Shaman makes. It's a little bit less aggressive, but I mean, we got a card draw right now. One's going to trade with the 1/1. No problem. We lose an enchantment, which we care about a bit, because, of course, Hallowed Haunting wants 7 enchantments in play. Play land for turn, pass. Right on. I love drawing 2 cards there, Spirited Companion and Tocasia's Welcome, drawing us 2. Welcoming Vampire, don't see this often for Winnie decks. And he Lantern Flare is also a card you don't really see. Cool. Respect to opponent playing Naya tokens. Well, let's take over this game here, yeah? Let's start with the Spirited Companion, see what we draw. Make our decisions with as much information as we can. Spirit Realm and Modern Age. Let's Modern Age and try to draw into another two cost thing. Please, not a land, something that costs 2. Alright. Get rid of one of those. Well, we can cast the wedding announcement at end of turn. It'll draw us another card. Opponent's got a chump block now. That's fine. We lose our Goblin Shaman, but you know what? That guy did work. Made us 3 mana that we used every turn efficiently. So let's draw. Hopefully not a land. Since I kept the land. Ah, damn. Should have discarded the island instead of touched the Spirit Realm. It's okay. Modern Age gonna trigger. Filter us even more. Oh yeah, look at this, man. This is nice. Opponent playing jank. We're playing jank. Just a nice jank matchup. That's one thing about Mythic. When you finally get there, it's like people kind of take it easy. They're not too worried about. Ooh, King Darien, cool. Not too worried about reaching rank 1 with the top tier decks. Opponent's head explodes. Good game, man. Really fun deck. Let's do a short outro. Go over the deck a bit. Okay, guys, I'm pretty happy with the way the deck performed. I don't think it overperformed. I think it performed as well as it does. It's actually quite good, quite competitive. You saw how it matched up. Now, I do think this deck could be a little bit better if we played counter magic. If you spiced up, like, instead of having everything being an enchantment and being like really value oriented around Hurkyl, if you had like half of it being instances and half of it being enchantments, and then you ran some like negates and some make disappears, it would probably be a even more competitive deck, potentially like tier 1. But I don't like that kind of format or that kind of gameplay. I prefer to play it like this. It's really fun. Good win condition in Hallowed Haunting. Almost like you could play it like aggressively and aggro, but then if opponent is faster than you, you could also play it like, okay, survive until Hallowed Haunting and then pop off. So I really like decks like that you could pilot in 2 directions and still be successful with it. Overall, really fun deck. I love it. Highly recommend. A lot of the decks I play that I homebrewed, I would not highly recommend because they're kind of clunky and like, yes, they are rewarding and fun when they do the thing, but doing the thing is difficult. This deck, not the case. It does the thing consistently and it does the thing well and it draws a bunch of cards to help you do the thing. So yeah, deck is really awesome. Thank you everyone for staying and sticking around and watching this far into the video. I really appreciate you all. I love content creating, guys. Like, this has been a great experience for me. I was really doubtful in myself when I first started. I was like, I don't know if this is a thing or if this is a waste of time, but I'll start posting videos and I'll keep posting videos for a little bit, kind of with the mentality that no one succeeds right away, right? Like, if you try one thing every day and it's a different thing, you're never going to get good at anything. But with this, I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to post one video a day. I'll get better and better at it, and I'll just do my best to try to grow the channel. And to my surprise, people started coming. Like, not to say that I didn't think I could do it, but that I didn't have really high hopes, and I wasn't facing this, like, I wasn't posting a video, seeing it get 0 views, waking up the next morning and thinking, I'm useless, this is not going to work, this is never going to work, why even bother, what's the point, you know? I was waking up, seeing 0 views, and thinking, this is normal. No one finds great success overnight, you know? And now when I get up and I have 4 notifications on the YouTube, and it's like 2 subscribers and 2 comments, I feel extremely happy, extremely rewarding. It's plenty enough for me, and I really can't express my genuine thank and appreciation to all of you very, very much, or I can't express it enough is what I'm trying to say here. So really, guys, thank you so much. One more thing I want to mention here is I know that a lot of YouTube channels, when it comes to content creation, they kind of have like a membership program and a subscription program and a Patreon that gives them extra perks and extra access to, like, you know, desirable stuff, deck lists or extra videos or early access to the videos. And I just want to say right now that that's not the direction I want to move in, okay? Yes, I want to have success on YouTube, and yes, ultimately the goal is if I could get monetization and have people come and make money or donate on Patreon or anything like that, that's great. But I don't want to be one of the creators that has any exclusive content, because that's not the point. I want the content to be available to everyone, for everyone equally. And if you don't have whatever, $5 a month for the Patreon or whatever it ends up being, that's fine. You still get access to absolutely everything. And instead of giving like extra content or extra stuff to people that do subscribe and help support or whatever else, then instead maybe I'll send out some tokens in the mail, like, you know, 2/2 goblins or zombies, 1/1 goblins, who knows. I don't have an actual game plan yet, but I just want to make a quick point of saying that this channel, as long as I stay true to my word, and I really do, I do not want to make it like exclusive. I want it to be for everyone, and I do not want to exclude anyone just because they don't have $5 a month to pay for early access to the videos or anything like that. Now, I understand that that's not a good business model, but I don't think all businesses have to be ran the same, and I don't want mine to be ran with corporate greed in mind. You know, I'm not trying to run it to make the most money as possible. I'm trying to run it to, while be successful and hopefully make some money, still be readily available to everyone. So if anyone has any you know, experience in this kind of stuff, or have some advice for me, feel free, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Thanks again.